move on to it. So here we have completely brand new trim. I went ahead and said screw it and bought new ones, mainly because these have like chunks missing out of them, and I don't think I'd be able to fully restore it to the way that I want. And then we are gonna go ahead and replace all these as well on the doors. So I'll go ahead and show you the part numbers. So this is for the drip molding. That's one part number. And then this is another one for the other side. I don't recall, it looks like this one's the right and this one's the left. And those are the part numbers for those. And then for the little window trims underneath, these are the part numbers right over here. And I believe they start at like 55. Yeah, so we got 55, 56, 57, and 58. I forgot to show you guys the prices of all the trim pieces. So the top drip moldings are approximately 265 bucks from a dealer, and then all these little trim pieces on the door are 71 bucks a pop. So there you have it one last time. And those as well, they require screws, which are right here, and that is the part number for all 4 screws. Well, I think they come in a pack of 2, so I ended up buying 2 sets. And that's that. And then for the remainder of the trim, the part that I didn't redo, ended up grabbing some of this stuff right here. Hopefully this works pretty well. It's from Cerakote, very reputable company. And I didn't even know about this until I saw the homie Ryne Dickens video. So I'll link that below so you guys can check it out. But he's the one who actually, he redid his whole trim with this, and it came out pretty good. I went ahead and repainted it. Shout out to the homie Chris Goorbarry. His video was an inspiration for me to get this done, and I'm very pleased. So shout out to him. I'll link his video down below as well. But let's get to it, because I'm tired of waiting. And basically I haven't driven the Evo in a couple weeks, just because I've been waiting to do everything. I told myself I would not drive it until all the trim is done. So let's get to it. You got them out. All you basically got to do is get your fingers in there somehow and then just kind of yank back. Just be careful so you don't want to break anything. But I never realized how much crap was underneath here. I mean, it makes sense because, you know, it's been on the car forever, and never take these off to wash the car or anything. If you do, then power to you, but I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up a little bit. But there's a lot of residue, all kinds of stuff back there, dirt, grime. So I'm gonna clean this up and get them installed. Wasn't too bad. It probably works best if you have another person, because I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this without scratching the car basically. So I'm gonna take my time with it. All right guys, got the majority of the stuff in there. Man, this was nasty. I had no idea this shit would be that nasty. Look at this rag. This is a brand new rag prior to this. Look at this. Disgusting. Look at that. All that is underneath your roof trim. And this is a garage kept car for the most part. I daily drove it for a while, but it's been mainly a garage kept, no rain. So if you daily your Evo, you might want to look underneath there and clean that up if you want to have a clean car, because man, that was nasty. All right guys, got one side in and I'm super stoked because this came out so good. Look how clean that looks. Damn. And it's got that little matte finish, so it just looks like brand new, like tires. But it came out so good. And it's so easy. I was actually pretty surprised how easy it is. So obviously this side hasn't been done yet, but just to compare the difference. So that one is this one. And I think I already showed you, but notice how this has that gloss and it's got like sap and all kinds of stuff on it. Scratched up. And you got that brand new, that new. Looks so good. So easy to install too. All right, once again, got this side in, super easy. Look just how clean that looks. So clean. man, I swear these little things right here, man, this is what separates the passionate people for the stuff, from the fraudulent ones. But man, it's these little things, man. They add up, and it just shows that you really care and you have a passion for these things. So I'm getting super excited over here. We're gonna go ahead and move on to these, and these trims just look terrible. Look how bad that looks. Oh my God. Just terrible. So, all right guys, got one out. Unfortunately, I didn't know I'd have to remove the mirror, but unfortunately I had to. So I had to undo the mirror to get the fronts. This one wasn't too bad. I've been trying to get this rear one and it's a pain. Mainly because there's nothing to grip onto. But over here, this wasn't terrible. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up and install a new one. Alrighty guys, I am tired. I finally got this rear one out. I finally found a method that worked. I basically utilized one of these, and it's not what you think. You're not prying it off. So what I ended up doing is, just like this, because you can't get your hand in there because there's nowhere to grab onto, so you'd have to essentially press in. What I did is I took this piece right here and I kind of put it right there. As you can see, that little groove was where I pressed, and basically just press in and kind of pull up as you're doing it. So press it in and pulling out. So essentially what you're doing is pressing in like this, and as you're doing that, you're gonna lift up. And that seemed to work for me. I tried everything else. I've been on this for a solid like 20-25 minutes, and I finally got it off. It's gonna take a little bit of force. I don't think you'll be breaking anything. Hopefully to put them back in won't be as difficult. I don't foresee that, but we got that side in, and we got it out. And let's add the new one. All right guys. Oh man, that was brutal. Got the last one in. I'm not gonna lie, I got restless on this last one, and I ended up bending the old one. I just got pissed off and started yanking it. My hands are all tore the fuck up, man. This is by far way more tedious than I thought it would be. The top ones were easy. The drip moldings were easy, but as you can tell, I got annoyed and I just started yanking. I don't really care about these old ones. So we got one last final thing to do, and I'm a little hesitant to do it only because, as you notice, these moldings are kind of like a matte finish, and I would hate for this thing to be gloss after we do the Cerakote and everything else is kind of matte. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test it on one of the old trim pieces and see how the finish is, and then we'll kind of go from there. All right, here we go guys. We got the wipe right over here, and we'll see how this thing turns out. Kind of curious. I think I'm gonna stop right there. All right guys, we are back, and just how I suspected, it left a gloss like kind of finish, which is not like how the factory one is. So I'm actually just gonna leave it alone. I might hit it with like Mr. Clean's Magic Eraser just to see if I can get any of that residue off of there. But this is not the finish that I was going with. I'll go ahead and put it against the light so you guys are able to see. So I stopped it right about right there. So right about right here, and it leaves this gloss finish that it's not really what I'm going with. It wouldn't match with the brand new trim, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. This would be good if you were like, instead of redoing completely like brand new ones, if you were to renew the old ones and just kind of freshen them up, and that way they're all uniformed. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with everything. Car's looking good. We can move on to other things. I went ahead and ordered some new clips. I was not able to find these at hardware stores, so it's that little clip. I ended up losing one, but I ordered them. They're like $2 a piece, So they should be here in a couple days, and this thing will be basically complete. All right, guys, CJ from the future here. Now this goes back to part 1. Here are the clips that attach the cowl down to the car. I was not able to find them at any hardware store, so I ended up getting them from the dealer. Here is the part number for anybody who's interested. It actually took a while to find them, but there it is. And these are actually pretty expensive. My dealership ended up giving them to me for free because I'm a loyal customer, but these are pretty expensive. I want to say they're like, I think they're like $3 a pop, $3 or $4 a pop. So you're gonna need 4 of them. Here they are. This cowl by far is the best thing that I did. I'm so impressed with how this came out. It just looks so clean overall. Car's looking good, guys. So still need to clean up the engine bay. I got a surprise in the rear of the car, but yeah, guys, this is where it currently sits. So I appreciate you joining me. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to. If not, that's cool too. I don't do this shit for attention, so honestly, it's up to you. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you joining me. Take it easy, and I'm out. Peace.